Well, our top story tonight, buildings that have developed cracks and are badly damaged in Uttarakhand's Joshimath will be demolished soon. It was actually supposed to start today, but locals protested and stalled the demolitions for now. Tearful residents have been evacuating their homes for the last few days. Even more worryingly, the crisis now is not limited to Joshimath alone. It appears that in another town about 90 kilometers away, Karnaprayag, there too cracks have been spotted.
A massive angry crowd stopping the demolition of these Joshimath hotels that are tilting towards each other as a worrying situation unfolds in Joshimath, the sacred Uttarakhand town, where massive cracks have appeared in multiple buildings and even roads.
ये पूरा एरिया जो सिंक कर रहा है उसके कारण से ये एक दूसरे के करीब आ गए और टिल्ट कर गए एक दूसरे पर। इनका डिमोलिश करना इसलिए ज़रूरी है क्योंकि इनके नीचे भी कई घर हैं और कई होटल हैं, तो ये अगर ये और सिंक करता है और कहीं ज़्यादा सिंक कर गया तो ये होटल कभी भी गिर सकता है।
जनहित में तोड़ा जाना चाहिए, जबकि मेरे होटल में तो आंशिक दरारें हैं, बिल्कुल होटल बिल्कुल सॉलिड है, लेकिन जहां जनता की बात है तो उसके लिए तोड़ लीजिए, कम से कम मुझे नोटिस दिया जाना चाहिए।
But it is not just these hotels. The Uttarakhand government says a total of 723 homes are in danger as of now, and people have been shifted from 131 homes so far. Stung by mounting criticism of how the Joshimath situation has gone out of hand, the government dispatched Junior Defence Minister Ajay Bhatt, an Uttarakhand politician, to meet locals and firefight.
लोगों ने गाड़ी कमाई से अपने मकान बनाए थे और उसके बाद आज छोड़ना पड़ रहा है, मजबूरी है। जान माल की सुरक्षा हमारी प्राथमिकता है। स्वयं प्रधानमंत्री जी मिनट की खबर ले रहे हैं।
For Joshimath residents, the cost of saving the sinking town is a personal tragedy, with many having to vacate homes built with years of hard work.
मेरी शादी हो गई थी 19 साल में, मेरी माँ को इस समय 80 साल हैं। भैया लोग मेरे, एक भैया बड़ा भैया मेरा टीचर है।
तो कितने सालों से घर है आपका ये?
हमारी ये घर 60 सालों से है।
60 साल से
जी।
लेकिन 60 साल का जो आशियाना था वो
एक पल में खत्म हो गया।
The unfolding disaster does not appear to be limited to Joshimath. 90 kilometers away in Karnaprayag, residents of one locality, Bahuguna Nagar, have flagged these massive cracks that have appeared in at least 50 homes in the last few months. It is not clear why these cracks have developed. The Uttarakhand government says it will investigate.
Demolition could not take place in Joshimath today because hotel owners and locals have protested, saying that without any prior notice, teams of SDRF, NDRF had reached on the spot for demolition. Now administration has assured them that their hotels and houses will not be bulldozed. They will be demolished manually. In Joshimath, with Pawan Kumar Saurabh Shukla for NDTV.
And there's satellite imagery that's come in that shows you just how bad things have got in Joshimath and other parts of Uttarakhand as well. These satellite pictures that are just going to zoom in are going to be showing us basically these red spots or these clumps of red that indicate there is subsidence or the soil which is essentially sinking, and this is quite widespread on both sides of the valley. And when you zoom in, you'll actually see Joshimath. It actually shows the precarious position that the town is currently in. So we can see that from the satellite imagery. Well, Saurabh Shukla is joining us live now from Devprayag in Uttarakhand for more. Saurabh, what is worrying, of course, today is that it doesn't appear to be limited to Joshimath alone. There are now cracks that one has seen in Karnaprayag as well. What are authorities saying in terms of a long-term plan to deal with this?
As of now, they don't have any plan, Nidhi. You've been just showing these images from Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, Dehradun. So, as of now, the measures they are taken so far, or they are taking right now to control the situation in Joshimath. As we know yesterday, administration of Chamoli ordered demolition of 2 hotels, Mount View Hotel and Malari Inn Hotel, but it could not happen because locals have started protesting in the morning, and the owners of these 2 hotels and in and around area, they have said that they did not give them prior notice, prior information before demolition, and apart from that, they need to give them the plan of one-time settlements, and compensation should be decided. That is why today whole day Uttarakhand administration kept firefighting, and still when we are talking, the protesters, the locals are sitting right in front of our 2 hotels saying that they will not allow this demolition to happen until government give them one-time settlement and decide the compensation. Apart from that, Nidhi, these images clearly showing in last 2 years, in the period of last 2 years, the collapse distance is 6.50 centimeters every year. So that's a alarming situation, and the cracks have been measured in Karnprayag area as well. Officials have reached the spot. So there is no immediate plan so far with the government. As of now, government is trying to control the situation in Joshimath, and today the survey report is that cracks have developed in more than 731 homes. Yes, till yesterday it was 678, close to 680 houses, but the cracks are developing more with every passing day. So that is why government is trying to bring in a plan of settlement and resettlement of the people and the compensation as well. So the locals are not satisfied. They are saying that they've been alarming the situation from last couple of years, but no action was taken. But now when situation is getting worse, the government is taking action, and without giving any notices, demolition and the other plans are taken by government.
Right. Well, it's a terrible situation to be in. I can imagine how scary it is for residents living there. Thanks very much for that update, Saurabh Shukla. The other big story today, the confrontation between the Tamil Nadu government and Governor RN Ravi has escalated, fueled by the governor's recent remarks about a more appropriate name, as he put it, for the southern state. Now, a Pongal invite in Tamil from the governor's house using the name Thamil-Agham, which has angered the state's MLAs, has now become the latest flashpoint. A DMK delegation is now planning to meet the president in Delhi tomorrow to complain about his conduct.
A fresh escalation in the row between Tamil Nadu Governor RN Ravi and the MK Stalin government. This official invite from the governor's house for Pongal festivities on January 15th was sent out with the union government's logo instead of the state government's. And the governor referred to himself as Thamil-Agham or the governor of Tamil Nadu. A new name Mr. Ravi has suggested for the state instead of the current Tamil Nadu. The word Nadu could mean a country, while Thamil-Agham would mean a Tamil homeland.
Everything that for the whole of the country which is applicable, Tamil Nadu here will say no, we are not. Anything you say, they will say no, we are not. It has become a habit.
24 hours ago, there were dramatic scenes inside the Tamil Nadu Assembly when Governor Ravi walked out after his address, skipping even the national anthem. Moments after a face-off with the ruling DMK and allies. After Chief Minister MK Stalin moved a resolution to not put on record the governor's speech, which was a tweaked version of the government's draft. The ruling DMK has slammed the governor, calling him a BJP mouthpiece and claiming he's suggesting separatism.
This is a childish charge, because even if it is Thamil-Agham, if we want a separate nation, we can ask for it. So when it was Madras state, we asked for a separate nation, but after that we accepted this nation and said that we need more powers, that's all, we will be with you. So it is over.
Thamil-Agham will be more appropriate than Tamil Nadu. If you want, you say yes, or if you don't want, you say no. Why is that coming? Because you think you are an individual away from this country.
A demand by DMK allies that Governor Ravi be recalled was a top Twitter trend. Even as the face-off continues, the Tamil Nadu governor has not given his assent to 21 bills adopted by the State Assembly. Recently, the Supreme Court had ruled he ought to abide by the cabinet decision. The larger question is the constitutional authority who is required to defend the constitution, indulging in political trivialities. In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, for NDTV.
In a horrific story from Bengaluru, a woman and her 2-year-old son were killed today while her husband and daughter were injured after an under-construction metro pillar fell on their two-wheeler this morning. The couple and their twin children were passing through the stretch on their bike when the iron pillar crashed on them. Furious locals held protests in the area today. The Chief Minister has promised a probe.
A family torn apart after this major Bengaluru accident where reinforcement iron rods from an under-construction metro pillar crashed on 28-year-old Tejaswini, a software engineer, and her 2.5-year-old son, Vihan, who were travelling on a scooter when the accident happened.
So वो 10:15 को मेरे को फ़ोन आया मेरे बेटे से ऐसा एक्सीडेंट हुआ है करके, लेकिन मैं एक्सीडेंट से मामूली पड़े रहेंगे स्कूटर से करके मेरे ख्याल था, फिर भी लेकिन तुम जल्दी आओ करके मेरा बड़ा बेटा हो वो बहू 2 बच्चे लेकर स्कूल को छोड़कर वो मान्यता टेक पर करके उधर ऑफिस है उसी में वो कैंपस में वो बच्चों का भी स्कूल है वो छोड़ के ऑफिस जा रहे थे.
This CCTV footage from an area in the vicinity of the accident site shows the accident taking place and traffic coming to a standstill. The big question, who is responsible for the collapse? Bengaluru Metro statement on pillar tragedy. In a statement, the Bengaluru Metro Rail Corporation said, notice issued to contractor and concerned engineers, and that an internal technical team will assist Top Science Institute IISc requested to investigate. Internal technical team to help in probe. The Metro Corporation has also announced support of ₹20 lakhs for family of the deceased.
Collapsed probably because of some structural issues. So we have taken up a case, we are investigating, and we have also asked for expert advice regarding the reason for this collapse, and we'll take necessary action.
Structural stability we have already inspected. So as far as the concrete work is concerned, there is absolutely no problem in that.
So we are reporting from that very accident spot. This particular structure that you see right here, those metal rods, which is a reinforcement cage, which is, actually kept surrounding this particular metro pillar. Now that particular reinforcement cage gave away, one of the metal rods gave away, and that is why this metro pillar in fact collapsed, came crashing down. The collapse led to a war of words between the opposition Congress and the BJP government.
This is the quality of 40% commission Sarkar. When they give 40% commission, what quality they can give? There is no quality. This is the 40% commission. This is the root cause. This is the face of the commission.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿನಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲನೂ
The quality is top-notch. The structural stability cannot be questioned, claims the Bengaluru Metro, even as 2 young lives have been lost. Along this particular phase 3 of the project, we see there are 50 more pillars that are going to come up. Again, the question remains, how many of them are structurally safe? In Bengaluru, with Kumar, Shrija for NDTV.
Well, in one of the more bizarre aviation stories, the aviation regulator, the DGCA, has slammed Go First Airlines for literally forgetting 55 passengers on the tarmac in Bengaluru and taking off for Delhi without them. A show-cause notice has been issued to the airline. They have 2 weeks to respond, and the DGCA says it will take action accordingly. Meanwhile, the airline has apologized today, calling it an inadvertent error and saying that they will offer one free trip to all the passengers who were affected by this mix-up. Well, just days after that horrific terror attack in Rajouri, in which 7 civilians were killed by armed terrorists, vigilante groups in the villages of Rajouri are being armed again, and this time with rifles. So these village defense groups are now going to be trained by our security forces. My colleague Nazir Masoodi has this report.
A massive exercise to arm villagers with new weapons in Rajouri. At Dangri village, where terrorists attacked Hindu families, vigilante groups known as village defense groups are given SLRs to defend themselves against terrorist attacks. Rajesh Kumar, an ex-serviceman, is among dozens of new vigilantes who have been given a semi-automatic rifle instead of a .303 rifle, which is the main weapon allotted to VDGs.
मैं बीडीसी बनने के लिए तैयार हूँ, बीडीसी बड़े रेज हो जा रहा हूँ, मैं वैसे ही वेपन है, हम फिर भी गाँव की प्रोडक्शन, सेल्फ की नहीं, हम तो गाँव की प्रोडक्शन करने के लिए तैयार हैं। अगर हम देश की कर सकते हैं तो गाँव तो हमारे लिए बिल्कुल छोटी सी चीज।
This man, Dheeraj Sharma, who is the BJP Sarpanch of Dangri, is playing a key role to identify and enroll new village defense guards. The Dangri Panchayat already has 70 village guards with .303 rifles. After terror attacks on January 1st, many more are queuing up for guns being distributed by the administration.
DDC के कारण ही मिलिटेंसी के ऊपर अंकुश लगेगा। घर घर में जब वेपन होंगे और हमारे सीसीटीवी कैमरा जो है 500 हमने जो सेट जो है ऑर्डर हमने अभी दे दिया। यहाँ पे 18 कंपनी छोड़कर आप यहाँ पे 180 कंपनी लगा दो, लेकिन 18 कंपनी लगाओगे घर घर तो नहीं बैठेंगे।
Security agencies have also stated training sessions for villagers to serve as a line of defense against terrorism. At the Kutranka area of Rajouri, a dozen vigilantes are being trained by the CRPF and their weapons are being checked for firing sessions.
अभी हमारी तैनाती श्रीनगर से जो लेटेस्ट इंसिडेंट हुए हैं उसके चक्कर में यहाँ पे राजौरी में हमें यहाँ नई पोस्टिंग दी गई है, और साथ में हमें ये भी टास्क दिया गया है कि जो यहाँ के VDC मेंबर हैं, जो विलेज सुरक्षा समिति के मेंबर हैं, तो उनको हम ट्रेंड भी कर सकें ताकि अगर आवश्यकता पड़ती है तो ये भी विपरीत स्थिति में रिटेलिएट कर सकते हैं।
There are 28,000 VDGs in the Jammu region and many more are queuing up for weapons. Yesterday, panic gripped Rajouri after vigilante opened fire due to a suspicious moment.
It is a massive exercise of arming villagers and training them to defend against militant attacks. And as the vigilante groups are back in the forefront, giving them automatic rifles without any institutional control remains a concern. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi, Final TV.
Meanwhile, Delhi is experiencing its coldest winter in nearly a decade, and in addition to the freezing cold, there is also the thick, dense fog that has gripped northern parts of the country now for the last couple of days, with visibility falling to less than 100 meters. As many as 40 flights at Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport were delayed today because of the fog, and that just led to one roll-on effect after another. Now, if that wasn't enough, Delhi, Bihar and other cities in North India are also facing killer air pollution at the moment. The question is whether anyone realizes how serious the situation is. It has been in the severe zone now for the last couple of days, despite emergency measures. So it's not just Delhi, like I said, it's Bihar as well, other cities as well. The question is, what are the authorities doing?
It's not just Delhi that's gasping for air with an AQI of above 400. In fact, tens of millions of people across parts of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh are affected too. Greater Noida tops the charts with an AQI of 422. Chhapra in Bihar with an AQI of 416. Delhi with an AQI of 412. Bhagalpur in Bihar again at 407 and Noida in UP at 400. Another important indicator of how dangerous the situation really is the amount of particulate matter 2.5 in the air, which is a lethal pollutant capable of directly entering the lungs. Now, currently the PM 2.5 levels are over 400 per cubic meter in parts of central Delhi. To really put that into perspective for you, that's 80 times over the safe limit prescribed by the WHO. This brings me to my next point, that this situation has a serious impact on health. An AQI of between 4 and 500 doesn't just impact those with pre-existing health conditions, but also poses as a danger for perfectly healthy people. The Suffer Health Advisory suggests putting a stop to all physical outdoor activity for everyone, and especially for the old, the very young and the sick, who should really avoid stepping out at all. But what's interesting to note is that 4 years ago, the National Clean Air Program began releasing money to improve the air quality in over 100 cities. They released about 7,000 crores in these 4 years. But out of the odd 180 cities they monitored, only 40 of them have recorded an AQI in the green, and 140 recorded bad air quality. That's 3 out of 4 cities monitored. Back to you.